Welcome to the PI Podcast, your destination for everything NFL, discussing the latest news and providing in-depth analysis of every NFL game. And now, here are your hosts, Ian and Tesh.
What is up, guys? It's Ian and Pratesh, PI Podcast. I probably shouldn't have done the intro because I got a cough. But we appreciate you guys for being here. We have an exciting one today because we finally got some preseason action of football. Getting this all set up. There we go. All right. First things first. Desean Watson looked like a bum. He looked like a bum against the Jaguars defense.
Yeah, he went 1 of 5 for 7 yards. Looked so rusty, but that is expected. He was out for a whole year, and he hadn't had any playing time. Only had training camp this year, and that's it. So expected some rust. Who knows? He'll probably be even just as rusty in preseason games, but he's not going to play regular season for a while, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So, and if the NFL does let him suspend him however long they want him to, he's going to be out the whole year. So That's probably the only time we're going to see Desean Watson in the preseason, and that's it, which is good. He looked like a bum anyways.
Let's see. All right, so we're going to, I guess, try to somewhat go in order in these games. Maybe not completely in order, but we're going to somewhat stick to it. Thursday was the first game. Like I said, we had Cleveland and Jacksonville play against each other. It was very nice to see some of the players we got to watch for Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, it was nice seeing some snaps from him. Trevor Lawrence looked comfortable. The Jaguars' defense looked comfortable. They got to the quarterback. They caused a sack on the running back for the Cleveland Browns. And they scored 3 straight times on offense. And then as soon as the starters went out, they sucked. Browns scored 24 unanswered points. All their backup. God damn.
Dang it.
24. God damn. You talking?
Travis Etienne had 9 carries for 23 yards and a catch for 10 yards. Definitely we got a first look at Travis Etienne, which was nice. And if James Robinson returns healthy and Etienne continues to look like he did in a preseason game, it's going to look well for that Jaguars running back room. And Trevor Lawrence looked good. The stat line might not be as accurate as he thought, but he played well enough anyways, and they weren't going to start him too long. So definitely a good overall drive for the starters for the Jaguars. And not good for the backups.
Yeah, but I will say the Browns backups played extremely well, especially their rookie running back, Jerome Ford. He had over 100 total yards. He had 2 touchdowns, and he was all over the place. He was very good catching the ball and running the ball, which is worrisome for Kareem Hunt, who's wanting a contract extension, because their backfield is so deep. I don't think Kareem Hunt has that much leverage. Granted, he's a very good running back, but the Browns have no reason to pay him.
Yeah, and just how deep that running back room, like Ian said, it's just so good that at the end of the day, you might not even need Kareem Hunt, even if he does want to leave him and be like, okay, go ahead. We're good without you.
Also, 3rd-round cornerback Martin Emerson Jr., he intercepted the ball out of Jeff Cotton's hands. He literally pulled it right out of his hands and took it back for a touchdown. Crazy, awesome play for him, who was trying to earn a roster spot. Well, third round, he's probably locked for the roster, but still a very good play for a rookie for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. Overall, the Cleveland ended up winning that game 24-13. Jaguars couldn't score a point after the first 13 points. So yeah, the Browns backup played very well, and you saw what you expected from the Jaguars backups, and played great. So yeah, that is the Cleveland Browns, Jacksonville Jaguars. We're gonna move on. Going to the Falcons and Lions. I was so hyped for this game. Mariota started a drive. He looked sharp, 2 for 2 and a good pass to London. Unfortunately, London went down with a knee injury, but thankfully nothing serious at all. We're probably not going to see him in the preseason again. Should be good to go by week 1. It's nothing too serious, so thank God on that. But Mariota looked sharp, and he scrambled when he needed to and ran for a touchdown that opening drive. The Lions also looked sharp on their opening drive with their starters. Jared Goff, I think, was perfect on his drive too, and he scored a touchdown. He scored a touchdown pass. So definitely they matched each other, the starters. And then after that, Desmond Ridder went in for the rest of the game, and Desmond Ridder played as well as you want from a rookie quarterback. Had some throws that should have been intercepted. There was one he threw an interception, but it got called back to a roughing the passer. And then he threw another pass that should have been an interception. So a lot of things to learn from Desmond Ridder, but overall, he made very accurate passes, including a game winner to Jared Bernhardt, and just amazing game winner right there. It was 4th and 9. He scrambled out to the right and threw it to the end zone. Something you wouldn't see in that Ryan era. Now you're seeing it now with Desmond Ridder, and it's just a look to the future. Aiden Hutchinson, when he started, he got a tackle for a loss and a couple more tackles. He looked sharp on the tackle for a loss, and he didn't bully Jake Matthews, but he got the best of Jake Matthews on one. Jake Matthews is a veteran starter. Good left tackle for us as well.
Yeah, so far it's looking like the top 2 edge rushers are looking very good. Kayvon Thibodeau didn't have that great of a game for the Giants, but he's a rookie. Like, you can't expect these guys to go out their first ever in the NFL against NFL talent and have a lights out game. It's just not always the case. Just the first 2 guys happen to do it. But like I said, plenty of football left for them to make their case. And maybe there's a reason these guys went first and Kayvon Thibodeau fell a little bit. But who knows? We won't really know until years from now, really. Let's see. Next is the Eagles and Jets.
The Falcons won that game at 27-23 with Witter's game-winning touchdown pass.
Yes, sir. Eagles and Jets. Jalen Hurts looked very good. If there's any doubts about Jalen Hurts, he's gonna try to silence him in the preseason. Dallas Goedert, he had a nice 22-yarder to Dallas Goedert. He only played the first series, but he went 6 for 6 and 80 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I shot at Jalen Hurts the Dallas Goedert touchdown pass. Yeah, his starters played well. And before we move on, I want to say Desmond Ridder out of this first week of preseason looked like the best rookie quarterback in this preseason. In preseason week 1. So we'll see. He's gonna get a lot more playing time in the preseason. So right now he looks like the best. And also the Jets defense in that preseason game, they look good. Unfortunately, Zach Wilson did go down on the juke, and it was very scary because a lot of people were saying it's an ACL injury. There was a lot of reports saying it was an ACL injury. It could be done for the season. But fortunately, it was only a meniscus tear, and we don't know the timetable on his return yet. He's going to LA to visit with the doctor, so he could do surgery, and he could miss week 1 or even just a little bit more. He won't be out too long because it is early in preseason, so he should be back for week 2 or 3 of the preseason.
Yeah, we just don't know how big the tear is, and they're not going to know till they cut his knee open. So that's unfortunate for the Jets, but it could be a lot worse. So that's something.
The Jets racked up 5 sacks in that game. They had 33 sacks in 2021 and finished dead last in defense last year. So that was a big pickup for them. And after giving 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, defense only gave one more score for the rest of the game. So the defense, backup-wise as well, is looking good for the Jets, which I hoped would be the case and what they were building up. Robert Saleh's building this good defense, and it's just getting better and better. And I'm excited to see them in the regular season.
Yeah, so the next game we're going to talk about is the Cardinals and Bengals. Obviously, Joe Burrow did not play for the Bengals. Did Kyler Murray play?
I don't know. I
don't think
catch the first part of that game.
Yeah, I missed the first part. Let me look up if Kyler Murray played real quick just to be safe. I don't want to say, like...
But news about Kyler, apparently him and the head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, are apparently butting heads on play calling. So maybe Kyler Murray calls some plays, and if he does bad, Kingsbury is going to be like, hey, I told you. I need to call the plays. I'm the head coach. So little drama, more drama than the contract extension, stuff like that. There's even more things going on. Hey, who knows? These last 2 collapses in the second half, maybe due to them butting heads even then.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is they worked together in college, so it's like, why are all these issues happening? And it also goes to show maybe this is a weird way to flex on Kyler Murray, in my opinion. I don't know. It's definitely drama, and you need to keep an eye on it. But Evan McPherson, he did what Evan McPherson does.
How's it going, Tim?
He was nailing kicks. I mean, he's one of the most important players on that team. Obviously, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, all them guys. But Evan McPherson, for a second-year player, his rookie year was insane.
Yeah. And then on the receiving court side for Arizona, a couple of young people for the Cardinals put some people on notice. Second-year pass rusher Victor Dumakaje racked up 3 tackles, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. A very good game for him. And 23-year-old Greg Dortch was making plays all night as a receiver and a kick returner. Had 4 catches on 8 targets for 53 yards and averaging 17.8 yards per his 5 punt returns. And highlighted by a 55-yard return. So the youngsters for Arizona look sharp. And then the Bengals side, Aaron McPherson looking sharp as well. So that's very good for notice for a second year.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Cardinals wide receiver core going into week 1 because obviously D-Hop suspended for 6 games. They lost Christian Kirk. They're going to need some guys to step up, and it's good that they're getting those kind of performances. Let's move on to the 49ers at Packers. 49ers took it home 28-21. But Trey Lance looked good. He only had 2 series, but started off a little slow. But he had a huge 76-yard pass to rookie Danny Gray.
Yeah, and that was a hell of a play, 80-plus yard touchdown. Trey Lance put it on the money. Danny Gray did the rest, and Danny Gray's a rookie too, so it was just an amazing play by them. And I'm excited to see Trey Lance even more. He played well in the preseason opener. And also for the Packers, their rookie receivers, Romeo Doubs, played well, catching a long pass for 33-yard touchdown. Second-round pick Torrey made a splash play, getting a 23-yard pass from Jordan Love. Jordan Love had 3 interceptions in the first half. Two of them were dropped by the receiver, though. Just not just saying, so no harsh comments towards Jordan Love, but he didn't play well in particular anyways. Having 3 interceptions, he looked inaccurate all night. Didn't look like he had developed in the 3-4 years now that he's had in Green Bay, which is
But he's looked good in camp. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. And then Danny Davis, 2 receptions, 45 yards and a touchdown, and B.J. Baylor, 2 catches for 75 yards. Green Bay did not play their starting wide receivers, yet they still logged 300 yards receiving. That's insane for rookies.
Yeah. It's crazy, too. And it's also going to help out looking at these Packers rookie receivers because Devontae Adams is gone, and if there's someone that can step up, Aaron Rodgers is going to have field day. Yeah, Trey Lance, I think, is going to be very, very good. You think he's going to lead the QB in rushing touchdowns? Very early prediction. I don't know. Mariota might get a lot of rushing touchdowns as well, just from what I saw from his first drive. He scored a rushing touchdown and just ran with his legs a lot. So Mariota will probably be up there in rushing touchdowns as well. And so will probably some other quarterbacks that will start.
Yeah.
So
we skipped Thursday's game, so we're going to go back to Thursday, starting with New York Giants and the Patriots. So one thing I'll say about the Giants, Daniel Jones didn't look bad. He looked promising, but obviously a lot of issues with Daniel Jones. However, I think Brian DeBoll is one guy that can get the most out of him. But the good news is for the Giants, Tyrod Taylor, he's a veteran quarterback, and he looked good.
yeah, the Tyrod Taylor looked good for the Giants, led them to a touchdown drive. And even on the Patriots side, Taekwon Thornton played well as well, and he got a touchdown as well in the corner of the end zone, made a play for his quarterback. Bailey Zapp, the Patriots quarterback that was drafted this year, also got a significant amount of playing time, and he looked decent. He was pretty accurate with the football. Had some plays that rookies would make. Sometimes held onto the ball too long, but that's rookie things that they can fix. So overall, he did well in that offensive system.
Taekwon Thornton, we've got his auto, and he had a very promising showing. He's fighting for a roster spot. He was a second-round pick, so he's probably going to make the team. But he's a speedster, and he was showing his big playability. He made some tough catches. He looked really good.
Yeah, and Giants ended up winning that game in a close one, 23-21 on a game-winning field goal.
Yeah. So then we'll go with the Ravens and Titans. So let's talk Malik Willis for a little bit because he had a lot of good and some bad. Good, I mean, he was running the ball all over the place and they couldn't catch him. His escapability is very nice. He had a nice 7-yard touchdown run. He broke through a tackle from Kyle Hamilton to get the score. However, he went 6 for 11 for 107 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Not bad. The problem is he was running the ball a little bit too much. He wasn't going through his reads properly, or the receivers weren't getting open, which that's a whole different problem. But Malik Willis, he ended up carrying the ball 5 times for 38 yards. You don't want him doing that. You want to see what he can do as a passer. We know what his playability with his legs are. Like, we know he's good. Got to get the reps throwing the ball. Even if it's contested, try to put these balls in a tight spot.
Yeah, Malik Willis missed a wide open touchdown to Traylon Burks, actually. Traylon Burks beat his defender on a go route, and Malik Willis just missed him and ran the ball. So definitely a lot of work for these rookie quarterbacks in particular. And also Malik Willis sometimes would hold the ball on too long, way too long. Mike Vrabel actually called him out this week, saying that he should throw the ball more. That's why I took him out, because he did get taken out mid-drive. And the thing is, the big thing about that is, do you call out your rookie quarterback right then? Like, what does that do to affect his thinking, his play style? Is that going to make him think that he should just be a pocket passer or whatnot? Maybe that goes in his head a little bit. I don't know. And Mike Vrabel is that coach. Like, he's down. He's going to do that. But I don't know if I necessarily agree with him calling out your rookie quarterback like that. He is a rookie at the end of the day, so he's going to learn that stuff eventually. It's only his first game.
Yeah, and really the highlight of the Ravens is their punter. He had that huge 82-yard punt. He was lined up inside the 15 and kicked it all the way for a touchback. And they drafted him. And, that was a crazy move to some people that they would draft a punter. but they have a lot of depth. So when you have a lot of depth, you can use your draft picks on kickers and punters and fourth string quarterbacks. And I mean, that's really what you want. You want to be able to draft the best available kicker and punter because that's actually a very big part of football. Obviously, Evan McPherson, the Bengals showed you why it's important to have a good kicker. A good punter helps to your field position battle. So Matt Araiza,
He wasn't the Ravens pick. Jordan Stout was.
Oh, sorry, I don't know.
Matt Araiza did the 82. He's on a different team.
Oh, that's an old article. Okay. Yeah, Jordan Stout. Huge leg. And that is it for the Thursday game. So now let's go to Saturday. And this is actually let's do Sunday. We're gonna go out of order. We're gonna do Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday had one game. Most of the games were from Saturday, so we're just gonna quickly go by Sunday's game. Today's game, the Vikings versus the Raiders. We'll get to see some Kellen Mond a little bit.
Yeah. And to me, Kevin Long didn't look bad. He was trying to make tough throws. But the big thing is penalties for the Vikings just killed them. And also, I wouldn't freak out if I was the Vikings on offense. You didn't have Kirk Cousins play because of COVID. The first preseason game, you're not really game planning, so there's no like weird plays or anything. And this team's going to have a lot of crazy routes for Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. So I don't think there's much to worry about.
Yeah, and the Raiders' backups as well. Their running backs impressed as well. Like we saw from the first preseason game against the Jaguars. Their backups, they have decent backups that can play well, and it's no surprise that they end up winning this game. They were up by 2 possessions in the fourth quarter, and the Raiders' backups just played very, very well. Kenyon Drake, Austin Walter, Zamir White. That's a very good running back core there. With Josh Jacobs trying to fight probably for his starting running back role this year.
Yeah.
His last contract here.
All right, so then we'll go let's go to Saturday's games. Chiefs and the Bears. We got the Bears winning that one 19-14. Big thing. Impressive showing for George Karlaftis, who fell later than expected. He had a pretty good game rushing the passer.
Yeah, and then Patrick Mahomes just looked like Patrick Mahomes in his drive that he got to start the game. He went down the field easily and scored a touchdown. So no worries for the Chiefs right now. They're just doing whatever they're doing. Yeah, and then he said Justin Fields on his first 2 drives that he got. He looked good. I mean, he made accurate passes. He made everything he could. The only thing that was worrisome was their line. That he got kind of hit a little bit too much. And that's what we expected. The line, Bears never really got a good old line, and they waited till like the 5th round to draft a lineman, and that's going to be the big thing worrisome. Justin Fields did throw a very nice pass to Darnell Mooney, and it was very, 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 very good catch by Darnell Mooney.
That's going to be a very good fantasy combo, I think, in my opinion. Justin Fields is going to be risky take because his offensive line isn't very good, which could mean injuries, could mean a lot of sacks and a lot of missed opportunities because of that. But Darnell Mooney, I think he's going to be a very good wide receiver option. Let's go Panthers versus Washington Commanders. The big takeaway from this, Carolina's defense is very good. Mayfield and Darnold both had good drives, but this defense is going to be nice.
Yeah, and it ended up being Sam Howell versus Matt Corral near the end of the game. Sam Howell, for the most part, he looked good from what I saw. I didn't see all his drives, but from the drives I saw, he looked very accurate with the ball. It looked like he had good decision making and rushed for a touchdown at the end of the game. And then Matt Corral, kind of shaky, honestly. He was missing some passes here and there. He almost threw an interception. And the game-winning drive that he had, he didn't complete a pass, and he got kind of bailed out by roughing the passer call and then a pass interference call, which set up the game-winning field goal for the Panthers.
And the big thing about Washington, Antonio Gibson continues to have ball security issues. He fumbled, which led to a Carolina score. And this is really important to watch because for fantasy reasons, for sure, who knows if Gibson's even going to be the starter there. They drafted in the third round rookie Brian Robinson Jr., who had 26 yards and a touchdown and 2 catches for 15 yards, but he looked like he was trucking everybody on the field. So something to keep an eye on going forward about Antonio Gibson.
Yo, what's up, Antonio?
Yes, sir.
Welcome. Yeah, just the awesome showing because we got to see all the rookie quarterbacks this week, which was awesome to see. You don't really see that in the first week of preseason usually, so it's very cool. So we're going to the Colts and Bills game. It wasn't the best outing for Matt Ryan, but it is preseason game and you got to drive. He was accurate. He was accurate 6 of 10 for 58 yards, but got sacked once. The line kind of fell together on him.
Well, the big thing for the Colts is the receiver core isn't that great. I mean, Michael Pittman's good, and Matt Ryan and Michael Pittman have made the connection, it looks like. But there was no separation from anybody else.
And then there was a play. Matt Ryan stepped up in a pocket because the pocket's crumbling. He stepped in a pocket, threw a dime to the receiver for a first down. And him and Paris Campbell as well getting a rapport. And him and Alec Pierce, he threw a 14-yard pass to Alec Pierce. Tua better than Skylar Thompson. Oh my God, that's the only game I really didn't get to see is the Miami Bucks game.
Antonio Ritter was a lot better than those numbers indicated. I see you, Tash.
Yup, dude. I thought Ritter was the best rookie quarterback from week 1. Played the best. I know Kenny Pickett was almost.
We're going to talk about Kenny Pickett here in a second because he's got.
Yeah, we're going to talk about him in a second. But Ritter played very well. A lot of drops from his receivers when Ritter threw the ball accurately. Some balls from Ritter that should have been intercepted. One that got called back and one that was bad. But he's going to learn. He's very young, and I'd like him to sit. I think Mariota's going to be the starter for him. So definitely he's going to get a lot of time to develop.
One thing about Buffalo, their cornerback room is very deep. We've seen that. They drafted somebody in the first round and 6th round, but they had very solid performances. And really, we're just going to have to make sure that these guys come in week out during this preseason and show us that they can start in the NFL. And now we will talk about Pittsburgh and Seattle.
So before we go to Kenny Pickett,
we
got to talk about Seattle's QB room real quick.
Yeah.
Geno Smith looked decent. I mean, he played he played okay.
He played like he did all season.
He played like he did last season. And I want Geno to be a starter in Seattle. But also Drew Lock actually did play well as well.
Drew Lock played way better than Geno Smith. I think Drew Lock is in the lead for a starting job, me personally. However, when it counted most, Geno Smith in the last minute and a half was able to drive down the field in the second quarter and score. There's a lot to talk about this Pittsburgh Steelers because they're not expected to be extremely good this year. But I think that the preseason game showed they've got a lot of depth, and their running back depth behind Najee is actually in a good spot. But before we talk about Kenny Pickett, George Pickens had a hell of a game. Granted, my concern with George Pickens is his route running ability, but if you just tell him to go deep, he's catching it. I mean, if you put it on the money, he's catching it. Mason Rudolph had a very good pass to him. Mason Rudolph didn't play that well. Don't let the stats lie to you about Mason Rudolph. He threw one directly into the hands of Seattle. If it would have been a first stringer, would have been intercepted, and he got the ball fumbled. Granted, that could be the offensive line's fault, but he basically had a fumble and an interception that won't show up on the stat sheet.
Mitch Trubisky, from what from the little that he played, I like what he did. He played very well.
I like Mitchell Trubisky. So now let's talk about Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. The thing, you're exactly right, Antonio. The only thing that Kenny Pickett, he was very accurate with the football, knew where his checkdowns were, knew where his receivers were going to be. The only problem is I didn't see anything past 15 yards, except for that one play to win the game, but that was 10 yards, and then the receiver made a move on the defender and juked him out and ran for a touchdown.
Pittsburgh has a very deep wide receiver room. Their wide receivers played extremely well. And that was without Claypool and Deontay Johnson.
They have depth at that wide receiver position. And I want to see more from Pickett. He was accurate, which is good.
Yeah, I like the accuracy, and I like that he didn't force anything, but I want to see him force stuff. Like, I want to see his arm. I want to make sure he can throw it.
And that was what I was looking for throughout the whole game. Like, as soon as he got in the second half, you want to see some deep ball. You want to see some medium passes. Thing he was very good with decision-making, but we saw nothing from him, really, because of that. He's very accurate. People are shouting Kenny. And Steelers fans, it's only preseason week 1, so don't overhype him and say he should be the starting quarterback, because he shouldn't. Mitch should be the starting quarterback. Pickett needs to develop before he can get started, because who knows? Maybe his deep ball isn't ready yet. Maybe his medium passing is ready, Matt. That's why he took the checkdown. We don't know yet.
So, also, I want to say, Mitchell Trubisky's getting paid. Okay, granted, it's not a max deal for QB or anything. Let Mitchell Trubisky start. Let him play 10, 11, 12, 13 games. If you're terrible, if you're 3 wins, 4 wins, bring Kenny Pickett in to end the season. If your playoff hopes are done, bring Kenny Pickett in to play. If they're about to make the playoffs, let Mitch pick. Let him play. I mean, and then you're raising his trade value for next year because he's on a 2-year deal. And then maybe you can get a 3rd or 4th round pick for him. And then the Steelers are obviously very good at drafting. So, I mean, it's literally a win-win situation to keep Mitchell Trubisky in until the end of the season. Like I said, if the record falls and you're completely out of the playoff race, give him some reps this year. Similar like what they did with Patrick Mahomes in his first year. They let him play the last game. Then I would also say that Kenny Pickett held the ball a little bit too long at one point. So he took a sack when he shouldn't have. And that's another thing. He's very slow at his progressions as of right now, from what I've seen. Granted, he was smart and took the check down when he needed to, but I need to see you force it between 2 linebackers.
Oh, no. I loved what I saw from... Well, it's only preseason week 1, but I liked what I saw from Mariota. He scrambled when he needed to because receivers weren't getting open. And the 2 throws he did made, one was a very sharp throw on the run to Drake London, who unfortunately got injured.
And he showed his athleticism.
Yeah, and that's what I'm loving right now. His decision-making seems like it evolved a little bit. It's only week 1. We don't know, 1 drive, but it looked like he's evolved a little bit.
Yeah, and one thing I'll say, Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder are very similar quarterbacks to me. I'm not talking about ceiling, floor, level, or anything like that. Just their athleticism and their ball throwing ability is very similar to me. And I think that the game plan won't have to change much, which is very good for the offense in general if they do make the switch from Marcus Mariota to Desmond Ridder during the season. But I think it should be Marcus Mariota for the whole year. That's just me. Because obviously the Falcons probably, I hate to say this, probably aren't pushing for a playoff spot this year. They could be a sleeper, who knows, but you start Marcus Mariota all year, you give Desmond Ridder, same thing with Kenny Pickett. You let them play sit the whole year. If you're 3-10, throw Marcus Mariota on the bench, let Desmond Ridder play. Kenny Pickett, if you're 3-10, you put Kenny Pickett in to end the season. But you shouldn't be playing these guys. Steelers Nation is trending on Twitter because they want Kenny Pickett to start, and it doesn't make any sense to do it. He had a good game against fifth-string players. Granted, I like that I've seen that from him, but that's the reality of it. Them Seattle Seahawks, their depth is not very good, and you played fifth-stringers on one of the worst teams in the NFL this year.
Yeah. And Mariota, I liked what I saw from him. So I think I think Desmond Ridder I want him to sit the whole season. He definitely has a lot of things to learn. You saw it in the preseason game. There were most part he played well, but again, it was against backup. He almost made some bad mistakes as well, but he looked very, very good for the most part, which was awesome to see. But Mariota needs to be the starter, and I think he's going to do very well from what I saw, from what little I saw. He looks like he's going to be able to find his receivers easily. He looks like he's going to be escaping out of the pocket as much as he can. He had a rushing touchdown his first drive already. Yeah. So that was very cool to see. He's very smart with his decision making. So I'm excited. I think Mariota, if we can play good. The only thing about that is the first drive, Jared Goff drove on the Atlanta defense, which is the only concern to me. The coverage didn't look great, but it is only preseason week 1. We didn't really get a second drive from that defense.
Yeah, that was just a regime change, in my opinion, why he's out of there. They didn't believe in him. New coaching staff comes in. I mean, what are you going to do, right?
Yeah, and also, I think during the end of his time there, he kind of didn't show like he was developing enough, so I think that's why they just took him out of there.
And Ryan Tannehill was the easy way out of that. Yo, what's good, Uno?
What's up?
So, yeah, Desmond Ridder and Kenny Pickett, to me, had very good showings. This rookie class in general, to me, played good in the first preseason.
From better than what a lot of people were saying about these quarterback class.
What did you say? Scroll up a little bit because he said something about Trevor. Oh, your boy Trevor was slinging that thing. Pause. It's already different from previous QBs. So Trevor Lawrence, I was impressed with Trevor Lawrence. I was very impressed with their defense. Granted, we all knew Desean Watson was going to be rusty. But, I mean, our defense really overwhelmed the Cleveland Browns offensive line, caused a fumble. Trayvon Walker caused a fumble. Loved seeing that. We didn't get any pressure sack-wise, but we did get to the quarterback a good bit. We caused that fumble, which I was very glad to see. I was a little disappointed that we didn't put more than 13 points on the board, considering we started two of our drives past the 50. But I saw a nice connection from Trevor to Zay Jones, and he played that good without Christian Kirk and Marvin Jones and Laviska Shenault, 3 of our starting receivers. So basically, Trevor was playing behind our first-string O-line, but with our second and third-string wide receivers.
Yeah, Uno. We didn't get to see much from Traylon Burks, but he did had a 4-yard carry. That was nice. Didn't see too much other than that. But yeah, people are right. He was wide open on a go route. Malik Willis didn't see him at all. Decided to run instead of looking towards his progressions, which is the only downside about Malik Willis right now in his first week. He didn't see Traylon Burks, otherwise it's been a touchdown for Traylon Burks.
Yeah. Malik Willis showed his skill sets, but again, we know he can run the football. Like, what we wanted to see was him throw it, make some tough catches or throws. So, I mean, a good showing for him. I mean, it's a good thing that Tennessee fans got to watch Malik Willis because they know what's to come. They know they've got a mobile quarterback, which is Ryan Tannehill can be mobile, but they can really game plan. Similar to like Lamar Jackson, where they have to game plan for Lamar Jackson. There's going to be a day when defenses have to game plan for Malik Willis.
Yeah, it's preseason, so we saw a lot of Malik Willis. Tannehill may have seen him. We don't know. He probably would have. So we're gonna see a lot of that in the regular season. Tannehill to Burks. So if Burks is destroying DBs, he's not gonna miss him. And hopefully Tannehill plays the same as he's always had in Tennessee as well. Antonio Mond. We watched the game a little bit today. Didn't get to see the whole thing, but
we watched Kellen Mond.
Yeah, we watched Kellen Mond, and Mond looked good. I really liked his decision making. The throws he can make in coverage as well. He made accurate, perfect throws.
Yeah.
So I'm really liking him right now.
I liked what I seen. He was one, like I said, I wanted to see tough throws from other quarterbacks that we've mentioned already today. Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ridder. We wanted to see those tough throws from these guys to see, hey, were these guys drafted at the right spot? Should they have been drafted earlier? Should they have been drafted later? but Kellen Mond to me made tough throws. I mean, and they were where they needed to be. The defensive back just made good plays on the ball, or the wide receiver, if it would have been a first-string wide receiver, probably would have caught it.
You've been waiting on Prestige 21 Blaster to come in. Oh, okay. For sure, Uno. Let us know what you pull.
You have two as well, don't you? Prestige Blasters. So you got.
I got that's 21. 21. He got 21. I got 22.
Oh,
21. The one with yeah, dude, those are good blasters. I've loved Prestige. Prestige is our favorite product. Prestige has been so good to us. What's up, Philly? Appreciate you for stopping by. So I got two 2022 blasters coming in with Trevor on the cover. We opened at H2, basically the hobby of Prestige 2022. So you guys will see that soon. Antonio, ESPN and a lot of other guys I saw drove down this class so much. They were like, this quarterback class isn't very good. There's not much to see about this quarterback class. But from what I saw from week 1 of the preseason, it looked just as good, or if not better than the rookies from last year. It really doesn't make... It's really... You can't really trust anybody you see on ESPN or any of that Mel Kiper or whatever.
This draft class definitely played better in the preseason than the previous draft class did. Oh, what's up, Billy?
What y'all want for the Traylon Burks rookie card?
Do we have a Traylon Burks rookie card?
Yeah, we pulled one, I believe. Was it just a base card, Uno, or was it like an auto or something? Because honestly, we've opened a lot of cards.
I was gonna say, put us in a group chat on Discord, and we can talk about it.
Yeah,
because we gotta find it. Well, we have so many cards.
We got it all in safe and boxes, so it's not like it's out in the open or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll let you know just what Ian said.
Philly, gotta ask you how you felt about the Eagles' debut. To me, Jalen Hurts looked very good. I think you should be impressed with what Jalen Hurts will bring to the table this year. Not that you were really questioning it, but I think he'll be fine this year. There's the questions about him, but I think Jalen Hurts is going to be good this year. Which QB will bust? Lawrence, Wilson, or Lance? So I have two different opinions on this. I don't think there's a way that Trevor Lawrence will bust unless he stays in Jacksonville his whole career. Wilson has the best chance to bust, in my opinion. I think Trey Lance, if he can prove he can earn another contract in San Francisco, he's going to play on a stacked San Francisco team. Trevor Lawrence, he's going to get contract offers from every other team in the NFL when his rookie year is over, regardless if he plays well or not these 4 or 5 years, because of his name. I mean, he came out of college as the best draft recruit since Andrew Luck. He's going to get contract offers regardless because of the situation he's had here. So he's going to get multiple opportunities, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, we'll just DM you on Twitter then, Uno. I think that Lawrence is going to play well, but to say who will bust, it's going to be tough because we saw a little bit from Zach Wilson, but we didn't get to see much because he got injured. So I want to see him more before I make a true decision. But right now, I'd say Wilson is more likely to bust than those two.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah. And then Jordan Davis, Eddie, as well. Jordan Davis was getting double-teamed and pushing two people. He looks so good.
We got to watch him at Georgia because, obviously, Saturday football here in the South, it's Florida Gators, Alabama, and Georgia. They're on national television every weekend. So we got to watch a lot of Jordan Davis. The entire I think there was a play where Jordan Davis cleared the line and then Nakobe Dean got the sack or tackle for loss or something.
He just pushed the run back to get the tackle. It was nice. Eddie, I am loving what I saw from Desmond Ridder. He made great throws. He did everything I wanted him to do and him develop to do that, but he did it already in his first preseason game, which I'm so happy about. There were some throws that should have been interceptions, but he is a rookie. He's going to learn from that, obviously. And he even said it himself in an interview. It's like there was a couple passes that I knew messed up. And he's just going to improve and improve. So I liked what I saw from them. I liked what I saw from our pass rush, too. Our pass rush actually did something, I guess. Even the backups, they kind of did something and forced the Lions backups to kind of throw the ball quick. Yeah, I know, Antonio. They're doing feels so dirty. Even in the starts he got in the preseason, like you already see, kind of already got hit or almost got sacked. So, I gotta ask you, Eddie, what do you think about that Quincy Williams hit on Jalen Hurts?
Oh yeah, that late hit, that obvious late hit.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Nick Sirianni's reaction to it.
He's like, "What the?"
Yeah. So while you guys are answering those questions, we'll move on to the Dolphins at Bucks. The Dolphins came away with that. Obviously, Tom Brady's out. Cedric Wilson had a very good game for the Dolphins. He's going to be wide receiver 3 behind Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. He had 3 targets. He caught all 3 for 29 yards from Skylar Thompson, the boy you were talking about, Antonio. But the Dolphins are deep at wide receiver. And then veteran Blaine Gabbert, he looked like a vet. He's a 10-year pro. He looked like a veteran. I mean, that's what you want from a backup from Tom Brady. So if Tom Brady does bad, or not does bad, but gets hurt, they have somebody that can maybe win you a game or two. But Kyle Trask continues not to look good, which is unfortunate because you're sitting behind Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And he's the future, hopefully. But it doesn't look like it.
Well, he should have been the future, but Tom Brady decided to unretire. That game I didn't get to catch the Dolphins Bucks games, but with Tom Brady being gone, Blaine Gabbert was 5 for 5 and he looked sharp. Kyle Trask not as sharp. Look at the highlights. All right, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll look up this stuff.
Skylar Thompson.
Damian Pierce, rookie rusher for the Texans, looked very good in his debut. They also drafted the running back from Florida, not Damian. Why doesn't not have his name?
Who? Rookie out of Florida?
Rookie running back, sorry.
Oh, the rookie rusher, Damian Pierce.
Yeah, running. I thought it was talking about edge rusher. He was a 4th rounder out of Florida. He averaged 9.8 yards per carry.
Damn. That's crazy. And if you guys saw our video, our predictions video, definitely go check it out. We predicted what we thought was going to win the preseason games and whatnot. We're going to count up our record at the end of the preseason and see who won. It's fun.
So far, Protection's in the lead. He's 12-4, and I'm 9-7.
But it is a preseason. Who knows? We could even be tied by the end of it. I don't even know what happened then.
Jameis Winston did not play this week. But Andy Dalton looked good. I mean, Andy Dalton's Andy Dalton. He's going to play at a neutral level, in my opinion, at all times. He's not terrible. He's not good. He's just in the middle.
One thing I saw, talking about Andy Dalton, I was on Twitter, and under a Saints fan went out and said Dalton's first drive was better than Ritter's whole game. Oh my god! I know he was just saying that to piss Falcons fans off, but that guy knows no football. If he said Andy Dalton looked better than Ritter's freaking mother fluffing, Saints fans are garbage.
To be fair, he played in only one series, and he went 5 for 5, 51 yards, and a 148.8 passer rating, and a touchdown.
Yeah, so. One drive. He didn't play 3 quarters. Mother fluffing Saints fans. Except Uno. Uno, you're nice. You just got to work on these other Saints fans. They're pretty horrible. It is very hard to predict these games, Antonio. Preseason games especially.
Like the Texans beat the Saints. Who's predicting that shit?
Ian said the Texans wouldn't win a game for weeks, and they already won in preseason. I think the Texans this week too. So, hey, it was luck to draw. Because a lot of these were toss-ups. Not gonna lie. So we could have gone either way. And what do you guys think about preseason week 1? Do you guys enjoy everything you saw? I think we got a lot more rookie quarterback action than last year for sure. And yeah. if Ritter plays like Dolphins first 8 years inside the playoffs, that's not bad. Yeah, that isn't bad, but I think Ritter's going to be better than Dolan.
I like
better
Ritter's
than Dolan.
athleticism.
I think Ritter's going to be better than Dolan. I mean, at least playoff-wise. I think he's going to lead us to some playoff games.
All right, and then Josh Johnson got the start. Not the start, but he got to play for the Broncos. He didn't look bad. Nathaniel Hackett, I think, is going to make that offense look good. I mean, I still don't have the Broncos making the playoffs, but that's just because of how stacked that division is. But they didn't look terrible last night.
I think I could finish first in the division. So
Johnson had 3 consecutive scoring drives. But like I said, Nathaniel Hackett, he's going to put these guys in position to succeed. He did start. Okay, I missed the first. So with the NFL Network, they completely botched the coverage of the Steelers game and the Broncos game that happened directly while it was happening. Completely botched the coverage.
Yeah, I had to watch NFL Plus on my phone for the Steelers game because they took it off NFL Network. With Josh Johnson, when he started, when he played, he looked well. He played well. Like from what I saw, what he was throwing, he made some accurate reads. Some balls were a little inaccurate, but for the most part, he looked good, and that's what you want from your backups. That's all you want to see from them. And the Broncos running back room too. I mean,
yeah, they
ran a little bit. So
Dallas, though, I don't know.
Oh, man.
Dan Quinn's defense did look good to start. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a solid showing, but they just didn't play great.
Yeah, even at halftime, they were talking to Mike McCarthy, and he was pissed. He was like, "We just need to play better. We're playing horrible."
Eddie, we talked about Carolina's defense. The defense looked very good in Carolina, extremely good, and that's good considering we're not sure about the QB play yet. It's good that you have a defense that's that good. It looked very promising.
Yeah, and Antonio, he should be doing that. He's an older veteran quarterback, so he definitely should be looking decent. We did see, talking about Carolina, we did talk about Matt Corral and Sam Howell. I thought Matt Corral was kind of inaccurate, but I think Sam Howell played decent enough, and I think he was the better quarterback-wise in the first preseason game. Very early to tell right now, though.
Yeah, Antonio, the Panthers' defense did get overshadowed by how bad Darnold was. That's 100% correct. But I think they're going to be better this year. And then Eddie sweeping the East. That's going to be tough.
That's going to be tough.
If anybody's going to sweep a division, though, to me, it would be the Eagles.
You know, I think the Cowboys are soft because they didn't put Dak Prescott in. You know what? Almost every team put their starting quarterback in, except the Cowboys and a few others. I expect a few others not to because their quarterback's already proven. But Dak Prescott making the biggest mistake of his life in the playoffs and then not starting a little bit for at least a drive, that just showed you don't care. You don't care. Like I just don't like that from the Cowboys. Like they should have started Dak Prescott for a drive. I know you don't want him to get hurt, but you gotta see if he's the long-term answer. No, he's good, but
I agree. I mean, granted, Dak Prescott has had a major injury to him before, so maybe that's why they didn't start him, but they do have two first-round picks next year, yep, so that's going to be something to keep an eye on, but I think Jalen Hurts is going to be fine.
Yeah, they might even trade their first-round picks, too, if they like what they see from Hurts. And Bryce Young's looking like a really good quarterback. Just FYI, NCU. Apparently, they're saying the next year's QB draft class is going to be stacked like this year. So you know what that means? $300 hobby boxes, or $500, or $1,000, or $2,000.
Well, if they're starting out at $2,500 this year, they might start.
That's first up the line.
First up.
Well, because there's the five. I don't think that's as stacked as last year's though. But who knows? It's Panini. It's going to be a make or break for Hurts, and I'm excited to watch.
Well, Hurts will have next year with him too. They might trade him, but they haven't done the 5th-year option on him yet, have they?
I don't believe so.
I think they have until the end of the year to do their 5th-year option.
Okay. Bryce Young's overrated. I don't watch college football too much, but I know I heard good things about Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, and there's another quarterback. I forgot his name. I heard good things about him too. Yeah, Alabama makes a lot of people better. But Mac Jones has come from Alabama. A lot of good receivers from Alabama too. Who knows how Mac Jones is going to be this year either, though. I think he's looking sharp. He's looking more athletic, so I think he's going to have a good season again. Hey, he's just going to...
Oh, never mind. This is his last year on the deal.
Okay.
Wait, no, 2020.
2020 second-round pick.
So he has next year on his deal. He has 4 years, but because he was a second-round pick, he doesn't have the fifth-year option.
Oh, okay. If he was any good, he would have won in spite of the injuries. Hey, yeah. Possibly, Antonio. I love that Georgia one. If I had to pick any college team as Georgia, I was rooting for Georgia the whole way, and I'm glad they won that championship. Definitely well deserved. Did we go over all the Saturday games too?
We only have the one more.
Oh, okay. So we went over all the preseason games except for this last one that happened last night, actually, which was the Rams and the Chargers.
Yep, and the Rams wide receiver room is fucking stacked. It's huge. There's so much talent on that team.
Yeah.
The big news: an undrafted 6'3" rookie out of Montana State, Lance McCutcheon. You're gonna learn the name. I'm telling you, you're gonna learn the name.
With just over 5 minutes in the first half, McCutcheon woke up with a 60-yard catch and run, which he plucked the ball from defensive back Desean Leonard. Holy crap. And made an amazing play. God dang.
You ready to hear the stat line? He had 3 tutties.
3 tutties in the first preseason game?
Yeah.
God dang, McCutcheon. Gotta cut you some slack. Yeah, okay. Don't ask. Oh my god. Honestly, some of these preseason games were enjoyable, and some of them were kind of shootouts. I mean, it was kind of fun to watch. Even the Steelers game was very close. Drew Lock played well enough, and they were going back and forth for a little while. It was fun to watch. And also this Chargers-Rams game. I didn't, unfortunately, catch that because it was on NFL Network. But, so I wish I could watch that. Would watch that game, but for the most part, Cutchin with 3 touchdowns.
Damn, hang on. I'm trying to find the actual stat line for him.
All right.
So that way I can...
Yeah, and freaking...
There's people saying that Von Jefferson will be the one that's cut, and that's...
Ben Jefferson? No, I don't think he's going to get cut. No, I don't think that. Bryce Perkins going 10 of 17 for 2 touchdowns.
And 8 carries for 39 yards.
Yeah, Bryce Perkins, everybody.
Lance McCutcheon, 5 receptions, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Sorry.
Dang.
3. I think he had a
really good outing
or something. 17.4 average yards per catch. Dude was balling.
Yeah, that was another big game as well for like preseason wise. It was kind of a close game too. Dang, I thought dang. Okay. So yeah, preseason week 1 was entertaining. I think more entertaining than last year's preseason. I didn't really watch preseason last year, but I know this was more entertaining than last year's for sure.
Yeah, but he was definitely a breakout player. He went undrafted. And as a Jaguars fan, whoever Pittsburgh cuts from the wide receiver room, go ahead and sign him. We got first picks on the waiver wire. Whoever the Steelers pick or drop from the wide receiver room, we better go after him.
Oh, man. It was just crazy. I'm excited for week 2 now because we're going to see these quarterbacks again. Unfortunately, though, in the regular season, we're not going to see these rookie quarterbacks as much.
Yeah. Great week 1 preseason, yes. So let's talk about Jalen Hurts for a little bit. He's got the 4-year deal. So basically, after this year, the Eagles are going to have to sign him this next offseason. He does have 1 more year on his contract, but here's the thing. Lamar, you got to sign him before Lamar because you can't let Lamar get a huge contract because Jalen Hurts is going to want a very similar contract. Then guess who's up next for a contract extension? I mean, granted, it's another year after that, but guess who it is?
Who?
Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert.
Mm.
You gotta sign him as soon as possible if you're gonna sign him, because these guys are gonna break the market. Lamar might not break the market. Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow will destroy the quarterback market.
Be a lot of different stacked paydays for Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow.
Yo, what's up, Trey? Steelers are stacked at wide receiver. We'd love to see
No,
the
that's exactly what
I literally just got done saying we have first dibs on the waiver market. Whoever the Steelers cut, you have to sign them if you're a Jaguar. Granted, our wide receiver room is very interesting, but we have to go.
Yeah, Jalen hasn't shown that he deserves a big contract yet, so he hasn't shown anything to get the big contract. So if they sign him now, so you don't have to pay him or think about paying him the big ones if he asks for it. No problem, Uno.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts will get that number, but let's just say right now with the current market, Jalen Hurts is worth $35 million a year. If these two come out and make $50+ million a year, that's going to make Jalen Hurts want $40 million a year. So they're going to have to strike before that happens. And then from Twitch, Laviska or Treadwell probably will get cut. They just signed Treadwell to a 2-year deal this offseason. So Laviska's on his rookie contract. I think they make the team no matter what, whether it's practice squad or what. But if anything, me personally, you trade Laviska and then you pick up a waiver wire target. In my opinion, that's what I would do. Because Laviska has 4th or 5th round potential, in my opinion, to get back in return for him, because he still has 2 years left on his rookie deal, and he's a very cheap wide receiver who, if used properly, can be very good. And I think Jamal Agnew is far better in his skill set. Like, Laviska's hard to bring down, but Jamal Agnew doesn't get caught. He's fast.
Jalen Hurts' market is more around that range, Antonio. But if he sees these quarterbacks getting paid, like Ian said, he's gonna ask for somewhere in that range, and that's what you can't let him do, especially if he doesn't play as well as you want him to this year. You cannot overpay for him if he doesn't play good this year.
He still has depot potential. Yeah, are you talking Laviska? Chenault? Yeah. I agree. Like I said, he's got to be in the correct market or team, though. And like I said, I would love for the Jaguars to be able to get that kind of production out of him. But, I mean, we have a tight end heavy coach now, and Travis Etienne kind of replaces Laviska in that role. So who knows? I really have no idea what happens. I would love Laviska to have a breakout year this year, but it's just that's not the kind of offense Doug Peterson's going to run, I don't think. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, I'd rather have a draft pick for him if we can't use him to his potential.
That's all I'll say about Eddie Munson shirt. Oh my god, don't remind me of Stranger Things. Stranger Things.
Goddamn, School's back.
So good. Oh yeah, School's back too. Damn, School's getting back for everybody. Dang, it's gonna be a fun NFL season though. I don't have school, and I can say that confidently. I don't like high school at all, honestly. I like college better, but
Eddie, yeah, I just seen an article that says Jalen Hurts will be a top 10 paid quarterback if he makes playoffs this year. I just read that's.
Wait, I don't think it's a top 10 if he makes the playoffs.
Well, top paid quarterback.
Oh, top 10 paid, okay.
And like I said, you still got guys like Joe Burrow, who's on a rookie deal, Justin Herbert, who's on a rookie deal. So, yeah, that makes sense. It won't be for long. He won't be a top 10 paid quarterback for long, but he will probably be a top 10 paid quarterback.
He has everything in either round. I'd say it's AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Jalen Reagor, actually catches balls. So yeah, no, he has everything around him, man. Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell in the backfield, and you have a decent O line too.
Yeah, I would say their O line's gotten significantly better.
Yeah. So he's
and their defense has pieces. Their wide receiver room is definitely good enough.
yeah, it should be good enough.
Dallas Goedert's a solid tight end.
And then all the defensive pieces they got too. Jordan Davis especially, just wear him out.
Nakobe Dean.
Yeah, and then they still have Darius Slay.
Yeah.
They have pieces. They have the team there to be able to compete with Dallas. So let's see if they do it. That's what the Eagles need to do. They need to compete with Dallas.
You said, how dare you say Rieger? Jalen Rieger.
Yeah, I know. Rager's pretty bad, but
at least he's better than Aguilar.
He's gonna get another chance.
At least he's better than Butterfinger's Aguilar.
Who knows? It might be the same.
You remember that?
God, I remember the interview. Right? That's what you're gonna say.
Yeah, the fire department. He was like, "It's a good thing we ain't dropped the baby." He's like Aguilar.
Dude, he was playing that Falcons game too, and he literally dropped a wide open pass, and we won that game. So I'll take it. Julio Jones went for a 75-yard touchdown. Hey, just saying, no disrespect to you, Eddie, but screen pass, 0 blitz, Julio Jones touchdown. All I was remembering.
Yeah, did have a couple injuries. Unfortunately, the Broncos center did go down with an ACL. He is out for the season. Starting center went down. Trill Williams, Dolphins' second-year corner, also tore his ACL and is out for the season. But good news, Joe Burrow finally back on the practice field.
Very good for the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm excited to see Joe Burrow in the second year, and offensive line should have improved this after third year. Yeah. For 2020. Yeah, so he definitely. I'm excited to see him and that improved offensive line, and that team in general. See what they can do again in a stacked AFC. And preseason week 2 is just around the corner now.
Yeah.
The Falcons play the Jets on Monday Night Football at 8 p.m. I don't know if it's Monday Night Football, but it's Monday Night Football technically, but 8 p.m. That's gonna be nice. And then we get another Jags game that we may or may not be going to against Kenny Pickett. You can go see Kenny Pickett.
I want to see Trevor.
And Trevor too, but Kenny Pickett as well.
I don't care about Kenny Pickett.
I want to see Kenny Pickett too.
I want to see him too, but I gotta see him throw more than 6-yard pass.
True. Oh, dude. And then the last preseason game is Falcons Jaguars. I may not be able to watch that game, but I think it's gonna be a fun one. Falcons is gonna demolish the Jets. You think so, Eddie? I don't know. Backups, who knows? Maybe the defense. Jets backups played very well.
I was gonna say the Jets defense looks good.
Yeah, the Jets defense and their backups played very well.
And who knows who's gonna actually play all game? Marcus Mariota?
No, Marcus Mariota's gonna play for probably.
Well, I hope he plays at least 2 drives, 2 or 3. And then I would like to see Desmond Ridder play the rest of the game.
That's exactly probably what they're going to do. They did it with the first game. No reason not to play him the whole game. And
then the 4th preseason game, let Desmond Ridder play the whole game.
Yeah. That's going to be nice to see. Drake London, probably not going to play again in the preseason, unfortunately. But he'll be back for regular season. I just got my Drake London jersey in, too. I'm going to be wearing it soon. So, guys, look out for that. Got my Drake London jersey. I'm so excited to wear this jersey. Oh my God! Now I just need it signed or something. I need Kyle Pitts jersey signed too.
All right, let's go over who's playing next week. We'll talk about that real quick. Bears and Seahawks. This is a good game for Justin Fields because the Seahawks played decent, but I want to see Justin Fields' O-line be able to protect him so he can make some reads.
Thursday at 8.
Yep, Thursday at 8 p.m. We will be watching that live.
Yep.
I don't have a Trevor jersey yet.
Yeah, he needs to get a Trevor jersey.
I do not have a Trevor jersey yet. Maybe that's the first thing I do with the YouTube check. Whenever we get a YouTube check.
Oh my God.
But Pratesh did give me this.
Yeah, I got him a little picture of Trevor though. So kind of makes up for it. And I got him technically a Jimmy Smith helmet, which I'm probably just gonna trash. Or just give away one or the other.
No, we can't do that.
Who knows? I should get
Don't
me.
do that. We'll find it.
We'll find something.
You have that Saints mini helmet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have the Saints mini helmet to give away. Otherwise, I'm gonna trash it.
Yeah, so we have that's a better one to give away. Because Jimmy Smith helmet's amazing. It's still the top receiver of all time for Jacksonville.
Yeah, but
Panthers, Patriots. Interested to see Mac Jones against that defense. Saints, Packers. That'll be a good one. Texans, Rams. Shouldn't be a good one, but who knows? Broncos, Bills. Lions, Colts.
Okay.
Commanders, Chiefs. Raiders, Dolphins. Steelers, Jaguars.
Yeah, I don't like
49ers, Vikings. That'll be a good one. Bucks, Titans. Cowboys, Chargers. Eagles, Browns.
Hopefully, going to be
the Eagles better destroy Desean Watson. Bengals, Giants.
3 games on Sunday next week.
Ravens, Cardinals. And Falcons, Jets, Sunday or Monday Night Football.
Yes, sir. Ritter, Ington. And you get the last week of preseason.
Let's get it.
Oh, man. I'm excited. Holy crap. Woo!
Oh, they got this. Trayvon Walker causing that fumble.
Oh, really? Okay. I gotta see that.
Fucking fumble through him.
Dang, Trayvon Walker. If you guys haven't seen our vlog we uploaded a few months ago when we went to the Jaguars draft party, and that video we did a vlog, and that video is on the channel. Just scroll up for it should be a few months ago. So that's an awesome vlog if you guys want to see some sort of vlog from the Jaguars draft party. If you haven't seen it already,
I hope Jordan Davis pummels him.
Eagles defense is gonna destroy Watson. Yeah, I hope
Pummel him.
I hope so. I need you to break his ACL so he doesn't play for 2 years. Or, just go for the neck. One or the other. Just kidding, honestly.
I want to see at least one roughing the passer call. And I hope the refs turn around and let it happen.
Damn. Oh, dude, it was so cool when the Jags chant were singing, "You sick, you sick." They were just chanting that the whole. Oh my god, that was nice. Deshaun Watson heard that too.
He said that was a little extreme.
Yeah, that was a little extreme, Eddie. A little bit, just a little bit.
All right, they're announcing the top 100 players right now.
Yes, sir. Oh, what was that up there?
We're about to do it. Number 100, Kyle Juszczyk. At number 99, Kirk Cousins.
Oh, okay.
We're just skipping.
I think that list is up there. Oh, damn.
All right, hang on. We're going to find this list in order.
List.
Number 98,
David Montgomery. Okay.
Number 97, Leonard Williams from the Giants. Jimmy Ward from number 96. CeeDee Lamb, number 95. Justin Tucker, 94. That's a little low to me. Speed up a little further.
I trust the players more.
Von Miller, 93. But 92, Tyron Smith. Okay.
Kyle Pitts. My boy, Kyle Pitts.
Odell Beckham, number 90.
Kyle Pittsington.
89, Marshawn Lattimore.
Oh, Trashamore. Oh, my God. If Aiden Corral isn't ranked higher than him, I'm going to yell because Trashamore is garbage. Marshawn Lattimore is the worst corner, one of the worst corners. Actually, he's a mid corner, so mid. Mid corner, never going to be better than AJ Terrell ever in his career again. So just do quit.
Number 88, right. Jonathan Allen. Number 87, Denzel Ward. I don't think AJ Terrell is going to be higher than Denzel Ward. 86, Shaquille Barrett. 85,
Whoa, Mac Jones at 85. Jesus
84, Roquan Smith. Wyatt Teller, 83.
Dang, I didn't know he'd be that high. Kind of eyed up like that. It'd be like 100 or something.
Kenny Moore, 82. 81 is Justin Simmons.
All right.
80 is James Conner.
He had a very good touchdown.
79, Rashawn Slater. 78, Trey Hendrickson.
And that's it for now. But they're still going on right now.
Just refresh the page. Yeah.
A little bit of top 100 action.
Should be lower. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Oh gosh.
George Pickens. Well, we didn't. Well, the reason we didn't draft George Pickens was because we needed pass rush, and we got Pickett off of that. And then no one really took a chance on the Khabib except for the Eagles.
Yeah.
So
He fell very far. You can't. There's 32 other NFL.
yeah, how are you gonna blame one team for not picking them? And like, honestly, we'll see how Pickett turns out. But we needed Pickett more than we needed George Pickens. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's the players list, Eddie. I actually trust the players more than actual reporters and whoever makes these rankings. So
Oh, Clay Harbor, a very good NFL analyst. He follows the Bears, Jaguars, and Eagles. He's a former player. His top 3 overreaction Sunday. Okay,
ooh,
I'm not going to show you the list.
god damn it!
Jags will win the AFC
Oh
South.
god, here we go. Stupid call already. Oh, that's
Number
already
2,
bad. That's already
number
it's already
2,
bad, dude.
The Eagles will be in the NFC Championship.
Oh, that is big.
And Trevor Lawrence and Jalen Hurts will both be top 10 QBs this year.
God damn! Yikes! This guy's an idiot.
He's a former player.
I don't give a damn. He's
9-year NFL.
Still an idiot.
9-year NFL.
No. Damn. Saying the Jags are going to win the NFC South, it's like saying the Jets are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he wouldn't say something stupid.
It's just that stupid. Saying the Jags are going to win the NFC South because they could fight for second, but I don't see them the first ever. At least until they get their things set up.
He is a good dude. Oh, you've met him. Nice.
He's being biased, yeah, probably. But it's hey, I would be biased too if I was played for those teams. Okay, I'm a former Eagle and Jag. Oh, you met him? Okay, that's cool.
Saying there's 5 receivers better than Justin Jefferson. In his first 2 years, Cooper Kupp had 1 good year and he's top 5.
Yeah, I think everyone would overhype Cooper Kupp. Just wait a little too
Well,
much right now.
The thing with Cooper
We'll have
Kupp
to see
is
it again consistently.
the thing with Cooper Kupp is he had an NFL historic season. They're gonna make him number 1.
They're gonna overhype him a lot.
I wouldn't say overhyped because it's deserved, in my opinion. You have an NFL historic season of any kind, like as long as
No, I mean like overrate him, like just based on his career. That's what I mean. Like just his story is a historic season. Don't get me wrong, but he's got to do it consistently.
Well, you also he's had Jared Goff throwing it to him, so like that's the same thing with like Allen Robinson. Like we all think he's good, but he's had Blake Bortles and Andy Dalton and Mitchell Trubisky throwing it to him.
Yeah, Coop. Yeah, they putting him up because of the historic season.
I also don't. I think Justin Jefferson's a top 4 receiver right now.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson is really good. And I like him a lot.
I would even argue top 3. I'm trying to think of who I would take over Justin Jefferson. Right now, it's Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp. That's it. Like, that's the 2 names that come to my mind. You could also kind of argue Mike Evans, in my opinion. He's had, like, 7 1,000-yard receiving with Jameis Winston throwing the ball. But Brandon Cooks has also had multiple 1,000-yard receptions or receiving yards, and he's had many different quarterbacks. So I don't know if I put Mike Evans that high. I put Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp, and if Jamar Chase does it,
yeah, Stafford's not very good either. Well, Stafford's good, but he's not. He's better than Jared Goff, but he's not crazy good. He's not.
Yeah.
So.
But as of right now, it's only Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp I take over Justin Jefferson. And I think Justin Jefferson could overtake them this year and be the top receiver.
I like D-Hop a lot still. I don't think he's number 1, obviously, right now, but I still think he has he's still
got the potential. It's hard to put him anywhere because he hasn't played.
Yeah, that's the only thing about it.
I mean, that's the same thing we keep doing with Christian McCaffrey. We keep putting him as a top back, but what has he done? He's been hurt so much.
Past 2-3 years now. That's definitely because Jay Cutler. Oh my God.
I know McCaffrey's talented, but if you can't stay on the field, your rating drops to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I changed my answer over to Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans is a little bit underrated, but
I never liked Mike Evans' route running. I just never did. I think he's a good physical receiver, but I don't think he's top 5. Trevor Lawrence, prestige. That's what we got.
you got 55 likes on that.
Oh, we should.
Overall, it's Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. Guess we're gonna have to post every base quarterback card.
I got a whole stack over.
Yeah, exactly. Just post them, getting hundreds of likes. Yeah.
This one's a good one.
That's a really good one.
Trevor.
Yeah. Got 2 of them, yeah. I think we both got one. From the value packs, which is crazy too.
Actually, I don't know. Do we have a base prestige, Trevor?
We do.
haven't.
We pulled one. I know I pulled one. It's probably in under stack. Big honor turnover machine. They won in spite of him. Yeah, Cincinnati should have won that game, but it ended up being their own line causing them to lose that game and Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I think if I was gonna compare Matthew Stafford to somebody in NFL history, I would say he's I'm